them accordingly. So it's totally duplicatable. And I've only just remembered that I've not pressed record, so I've just pressed it now. So sorry about that for those of you who may listen to the recording. Okay, so your first steps to manager, it's to prepare your new distributor. So from the very start, it will be the first thing, apart from the training pods that we will send before the packs arrive, it will be the first thing that talks them through the bread and butter of our business and all the simple things you need to understand to get yourself up and running. So if they don't already have a first steps to manager book, then obviously make sure they have one, you have one for them. And send the relevant QLS training pods. So those being retailing. I like to send the one that Dr. Sylvia, I can't ever say her surname, but Dr. Sylvia's done. That's a good one to listen to about retailing. Also then we send developing your contact list, and that's by Chris Goldborough. And then the last one is retailing, developing your contact list, and Goals and Dreams by Jane Leach, which actually I think, ironically, is the most important one. So get those sent to your new starters, or get those watched if you haven't already. They should be sent to you by your upline, or if not, get yourself registered on qlsonline.net. You need to register on there as soon as possible because that is full of a wealth of information and that's all at your fingertips then. So get yourself registered onto that as well. Okay, so our role then. Our role by going through our first steps to manager with our new starters, for example, is to get excited with them and for them. Now, this is not being false or pretending to be excited. I'm genuinely excited when somebody starts because they have the overwhelming potential to do whatever it is that they want with their own business. Juliana had the belief in me and made me think that anything was possible when I started. And because of how I started and how I set off, that momentum has kept going in my business. So it is vital that you get excited with them and for them, and that will start their journey in a positive way. And the same with yourself. So if you're looking through it for the first time, be positive, be excited, because anything is possible. And understand your reason why and their reason why for joining forever. So we all have a reason for doing it, whether that be extra money, a bit more freedom, time at home with your family, whatever is your reason why, make it big enough that it's going to get you out of bed that bit early in the morning, keep you up that little bit later at night, and just keep you laser focused on the reason why you started your business and what your goals and dreams are. You need to set high expectations. Make them believe that they can do anything, because the truth is that they can. If you're not as positive as you'd like to be, then invest in yourself, do some mindset training. Dave O'Connor's coming up his training now. Invest in that, because it really is absolutely second to none. If I hadn't started off my business by investing that £30, I think it was £40, in that 6-week programme, I don't think I would have started off with the speed and the momentum that I did. So invest in yourself by doing those trainings. Show, not tell. Now, for every first steps to manager that I go to, I take my folders, I take my activity tracker, I take my who do you know list, and I show every single one of my team what I've done. Because if I can do it, it proves that Lisa's done it. Lisa went manager really quickly. It proves that it's a proven record that we show you what we're doing and we don't just tell you. So you then set the pace. Hold them accountable, agree a 7-day plan each week. I've never had to be held accountable. Juliana's never had to say to me, so Emma, did you contact those 10 people you put on your 7-day plan? No one will ever have to ask me that, because I will always do it and I'll always exceed it, because I challenge myself. So you have to challenge yourself. How much do you want it? How much are you willing to put towards your business in order to be successful? How big is your reason why? That will determine how much you connect with that to how much work you put in. And believe me, if you treat it as a business, it really does pay like a business. But if you treat it like a hobby and just fit it in around those things that you're doing every day already, and you treat it like a hobby, then it'll pay like one. So it just depends on what you want and how quickly you want it. So set the pace. If you want to do it fast, if you want to build your income fast, then you need to work hard and you need to build that momentum so it ticks over. Prepare them for an emotional roller coaster. So yeah, some days you might have slower days than others, but it's all about your positive mindset. So if you do have a negative thought, or you have something bad happen that day, or someone that you really thought would be interested in joining your business doesn't want to join, just be safe in the knowledge that if you have overwhelming faith in the fact that you're putting the activity in and it will pay off, I promise you that it will do. And lead from the front. So I would never ask or expect anything of Lisa or anyone of my team that I wouldn't do myself. So I'm consistent and persistent. And that doesn't mean being consistent for 2 weeks. Oh, well, I've messaged 10 people a day for 2 weeks and no one's got back to me, so I'm giving up. That's not consistent. That's being consistent for 2 weeks. So you need to be consistent and persistent constantly. And why are you going to do that? So you need to have your reasons why. Now, for me, I need to see those reasons every single day when I wake up in the morning. So if you want to separate them into categories, you can do. Your personal goals, your family goals and your business goals. Personally, I have one goal board and that's got pictures going from my personal to my business. My personal life, in my opinion, is the same as my family life. So it's got all my goals and dreams on there for personal and family. And then business, obviously, the chairman's bonus there, Eagle Manager, senior managers on mine. So you need to aim high. Get pictures, just Google search and get a picture of your dream home. Print it off and put it on your goal board. If you want a new car, go to that garage, get your photo taken with the car, and it will happen. You've all seen my photo with the Range Rover. That's ordered now. And what did that take? 7 weeks from actually seeing that car and driving that car to then that being a reality. So it does prove that having your goals within reach every day, seeing them, feeling the feelings that you already have them, that then will make you work harder to get to those goals. And every goal that I've set myself, I've written the date in the diary that I want to achieve that goal by. So mine was February the 14th. In my diary it says I will be manager by now. And I did it 2 weeks earlier than that on the 29th of January. So it just proves, set yourself a goal and work towards it. I'm going to pass you over Lisa now. Lisa's going to go through the case credits with you.
Hi everybody. Okay, what we're going to do now is talk about the income potential and how we're going to build your income. And the quicker you build your income, obviously it's going to grow and the potential is just fantastic. So to start off with, we all need to understand case credits. For those of you that are new to the business, don't let you put you off. And this is just our company jargon. So what is a case credit? Well, when Rex Morn started the business 35 years ago, he had a vision and he knew that his company was going to be a global business. So now, as we know, that Forever is in over 155 countries throughout the world, which in itself is exciting to know that if you know somebody in another country, when you join and you get your new distributor pack, you get your ID number. That basically means it's an international selling license. You can then sell anywhere else in the world where Forever has a company there. So, as we've said, we're in 155 countries. So that means that there's not a currency barrier. So if you know somebody, say for instance, like Emma's got somebody in her team in Australia, if she was going to ring them and say, well, how much have you sold this week? And they'd say, for instance, however many dollars, I don't know. Emma would then have to convert that and then take into account the exchange rate, and obviously it become difficult, and that would be a currency barrier. So what we have is a company's internal currency, which we call a case credit. So one case credit, what is it worth? You will buy it from your shop at wholesale for £159. You will then retail it at 30% profit, which will be £227. So on average, a case credit is worth just over £60 to you personally. Okay, so 4 case credits is what we call a business building discipline. And in Dragons, on mine and Emma's team, and on Juliana's team, we don't aim for 4 case credits because we want to be building a successful business. And the company asks us to be 4 case credit active so that you're building a steady business, but we want to build a strong business. So what do? We teach you to every month do between 4 and 8 case credits. And that's not just us saying, well, go and do your 4 and 8 case credits. We will show you how to do that, and we will help you do that and help you develop your business. And then what's the worst that can happen? You don't hit 8, but you might hit 5. So let's aim high and not just aim for 4. Well, why is 4 important? Well, because that creates us immediate retail and income. So as we've already said, 1 case credit is worth £60. So every month, if you're hitting your 4 case credits, you're going to be averaging £240 just from retailing your 4 case credits. And how we're going to do that? It's all right saying, okay, well, we're going to do 4 case credits every month. Well, how are we going to do that? You're going to be your own best customer. It's important that you use the products, believe in the products, and love the products, because ultimately we're a recommendation company. How can you recommend products that you don't love and believe yourself? So we're going to use the products. We're going to retail the products to our friends and family and people we care about and sharing the health benefits with them. And we're going to do our case credits through recruiting. For every new team member you bring onto your team, you will get 2 case credits for. So if you consider, if you were to achieve 4 case credits and more, because all we've said, we're going to be looking to push to do 6 to 8 every month. So if you achieve your 4 case credits personally every month, and you teach your team to do exactly the same, because like we've said, it's about leading from the front. So Emma couldn't say to me, Lisa, have you done your 4 case credits this month, if she'd not done them herself? So it's about teaching your team and leading by example. So if you teach your team to do exactly the same, you will soon reach the manager position on the marketing plan. So on the screen there, you've got your 2 case credits for your box. So for everybody that's new and joined forever, when you've purchased your new distributor pack, you will automatically get 2 case credits for joining. I tell my team that they're free, so we should still be looking at doing our 4 case credits every month. And then next, obviously underneath, we've got a selection of products. So every single product has a case credit value, and throughout the month, when you retail these and use them yourself, the case credits will add up and accumulate throughout the month. And this isn't something you have to add up. This will be done on your website, and obviously whoever's brought you onto the team, so we call that your upline, and the person that sponsored you into the business will show you how to do that. I'm just going to wait for the next screen. Okay. So when we talk about 5 steps to manager, and you might be thinking, well, I'm new to this, what is manager? You can you can join the company as a new distributor. So that will mean that you'll get 15% discount off your profits to sell on to your friends and of your products, to sell on to your friends and your family. However, to everybody that comes onto the company and buys a new distributor pack, which we just spoke about, you automatically get your 2 case credits. So what does this mean to you now? So there it says you're going to get 30%, so you're going to buy your products from your shop at wholesale, sell them at retail, and this is going to be 30% profit on all the products that you sell. At the end of the month, you're going to get a 5% personal bonus off all the products that you retail. So for instance, if you were to buy yourself a Clean 9, you would obviously buy this for yourself at wholesale. At the end of the month, you will get a 5% retail bonus, so off the full price, so you'll get a 5% off the £119.24. So ultimately, you're getting 35% profit off each one of your products. And then if you look towards the end there, you're going to get 39% bonus for every single person that you bring onto the team. What did I say? Percent? Sorry. Pounds. You're going to get £39 for everybody you bring onto the team. So that's just a one-off payment to yourself for bringing somebody on board and showing them and sharing the opportunity. So how we're going to grow your income, we're going to want to grow your team, and we're going to help you and show you how to do that. So the next step on the marketing plan is to supervisor. And to get to supervisor, you'll need to do 25 case credits over 2 consecutive months. So if you do your 4 case credits, and for example, you show 3 others to do the same, so that's on month 1, you will do 16 case credits. On month 2, you'll then do 16 case credits. So in 2 months, you've got 32 case credits, and you only need 25 to get promoted to supervisor. And all you've done is your 4 case credits, and you've shown your team to do exactly the same, because you're not asking them to do anything that you're not already. As you can imagine, that could go a lot quicker, because if you're doing, say, 10, and one arm of your team's doing 10, then obviously you're going to get promoted quicker and move up the marketing plan quicker, but we're going off the minimum of 4 case credits. So what do you get now? Well, rather than getting your 5% personal bonus, off your personal and retail sales at the end of the month, you're now getting 8% bonus. You're also going to get a team leading bonus. And this is important because wherever you are in the marketing plan, so if you're at supervisor, you're getting 8%. Your assistant supervisors will be getting a 5% retail bonus. You get the difference. So you will get a 3% bonus of everything that their team retails. So typically, if you've got 3 to 5 people in your team, you're going to get a team leading bonus of £250 plus the profit that you get in yourself from your regular customers and the products that you're using yourselves. But what I will say to you at this point is forever massively under promise and over deliver. So when they say typically you're going to be getting £250 a month, from my experience, and I'm purely speaking from experience, you'll find that it's a lot more than this, but they like to under promise. And then obviously it's a bit of a bonus when you get more, when you have a look at your bonus recap on the 15th. So where next? Assistant manager. And I can hand on heart say at this point, if you are pushing for manager, I don't ever remember reaching supervisor or assistant manager, because in my mind, the only place I wanted to be was manager. So if that's where you want to be, because when you do your planning with your whoever brought you onto the business, they're going to ask you where you want to be and how much you want to earn. And they'll do this so they can effectively plan where you should be on the marketing plan. So for instance, when I joined, I said to Emily, I want to be earning more than £2,000 a month. So I had to be planned to manager, and that's where I had to be. Whereas people that join the business might only want to retail. And to do that, you can, sit happily between assistant supervisor and supervisor, but that will help your upline effectively manage and plan your business to where you need to be. So assistant manager then. So you need to do 75 case credits over 2 consecutive months. So you're still getting your 30% profit on your personal and retail sales, but now you're going to get a 13% bonus rather than the 8% that you was getting from supervisor. You're now going to get your team leading bonus. So again, depending on where everybody else is in the marketing plan, so you're going to be getting 8% off your assistant supervisors, so 8% off everything that their team retail, and you're going to be getting 5% off your supervisors. So typically, if you've got 10 to 15 people in your team, so if you've got 10 people all doing the bare minimum of 4 case credits on month 1, because we call that your base month, so your base month free promotion. So on month 1, you will do 40 case credits, and then on month 2, you will again do 40 case credits, which will leave you on 80 case credits, and you only need 75 to be promoted. What I'll say to you is at this point, when you start and you think, well, I've only got 2 case credits, 75 seems an awful lot to get. It doesn't, it is an awful lot to get on your own. So what I will say to you is if you want to move up the marketing plan and you want to grow your income, you're going to have to grow your team. And obviously we're going to show you how to do that. At this point now, you're going to be getting a bonus for every person that you sponsor into the business for £54. So you can see it's gone up from £39 to £54. And then lastly then, manager, which is where we want to try and plan you to and push you to go in that right direction, is 120 case credits over 2 consecutive months. So again, you're going to be buying your products at wholesale and selling them at retail at 30% profit, but now you're going to be getting a massive 18% bonus at the end of the month off all your personal and retail sales. So again, you get the difference on where your assistant managers are on your team, where your supervisors are. So for instance, if you've got somebody that's an assistant supervisor, you're going to be getting 13% team leading bonus off everything that their team retail, which is massive. You're now getting 48% discount basically off your profits. Products, sorry, I keep saying profits. So now you're going to be looking at £64 for every person that you bring onto the team. So if you're looking at, you've got typically 15 to 25 people in your team, you're looking at anywhere between £800 and £2,000. Can you imagine what you could do with an extra £2,000 minimum a month? And all you need to do is duplicate your time. The more people you sponsor, the quicker you duplicate your time, the faster you will reach manager. And that is obviously where we want to go. Well, why do we want to get you to manager? You think, well, that's all very well and good, but it's not enough that you're going to be earning an extra minimum of £2,000 a month. Think about the things that you're going to get as well. So you're going to get the time to spend with the children that you want, or the time, whatever reason you're in this business, whatever your why is, you're going to get the time to do that. So if that's more time with your family, you're going to be basically self-development. So not everybody is here for the money. People want the success that goes with having their own business and helping and develop a team. Because what Forever do, the more people you help, the more you're going to be rewarded. Which to me, what a fantastic job, if you can call it a job, because you're helping people achieve their goals and their dreams, and you're going to be rewarded for helping them every step of the way. So you're going to have more money, more travel, and then you're going to hit many of the company's incredible incentives, which will just blow you away. So Global Rally, you can travel 5-star with this company, all expenses paid, when you get to these positions on the marketing plan, chairman's bonus. So every single one of you can be up on the stage collecting your cheques ranging from 2,000 right the way up to what? £500,000 was the cheque that was given away last year. And that's not something that only some of you can achieve. That is achievable for every single person. If this is your first day in your business, what I'll say to you is dream big, because these goals are there for every single person to achieve, and these incentives, and that's why they set. So you obviously got the car company the incentive program, so car plan, and you can be your own boss, and you'll probably be the best boss that you've ever had, working flexibly around your other sorry, I'm looking for commitments. There we go.
It's our baby brain.
It is baby. I'll use that excuse for as long as I physically can.
I'm lucky you're here.
So, your first 5 key people. So these are key people that you know that have a great attitude, that are open-minded, want to earn extra money, want more time, and that you'd like to work with. Because the beauty of this business is you choose who you want to work with. So straight away when you join, you must be thinking, right, I know such and such a body and she'd love this, or I can't wait to tell him about this, he'd be brilliant at this business. And they're the people that you should be thinking of. Because if you look, it shows you there that if you're going to bring on 5 new people to this business, that's a total of 10 case credits. And what we're going to do is we're going to teach them to do exactly the same. We're going to duplicate your time. So once you've got to manager, it doesn't stop there, it just gets more and more exciting. So we're going to then push to senior manager. And as I've already said, you will get rewarded for helping people every step of the way. So when you get to manager, you're going to want to help your team get to manager. Because the next stage of senior manager is developing two of your team members to manager. And typically, you're going to be looking at £29,000 to £61,000 a year. As I've already said, Forever massively under-promise and over-deliver.
I'll just say about my bonus there. So this month, if I got paid every month what I got paid this month, bearing in mind my business is only 4 months old now, then I would be on £52,000 a year gross. So as you can see, I'm not a senior manager, I am a manager, yet my income is at the top end of that scale. So it just goes to prove that they really do under-promise and over-deliver. But that gives you a massive reason why to push for these bigger promotions. Why not you? Each of you, every single one of you on the call tonight can get to senior manager, you can get to soaring manager, you can do whatever you believe it is that you can do. I'm not going for senior manager, I'm going for that diamond manager, and what's the worst that's going to happen? Do you know what I mean? So you have to get your reasons why, and you have to be laser focused on where you're headed.
So after your senior manager then, soaring manager. So this is when you're going to help and develop 5 managers in your team. So again, you're going to be rewarded for this, £45,000 to £104,000 a year. Sapphire managers, you're going to help 9 managers, £75,000 to £168,000. And it just keeps getting better and better. You know, the more people you help, the more you're rewarded. So 17 managers, £140,000 to £28,000. And lastly, you've got diamond manager, where you're going to help 25 managers. This isn't going to happen overnight. You're not going to develop 25 managers overnight. But this is about building a steady and successful business. You're looking at anywhere up to £350,000 a year. And I know that we've got people in the business that have gone double diamond. Can you imagine what you're going to do with all that money? And it's achievable, like Emma said, for every single one of us. It's just whatever you're prepared to work for. It's important at this point to know that once you've achieved a position in the marketing plan, you'll never fall back. So you determine how far you want to go, and just remember that there are no limits on your earning potential. So we spoke about getting your case credits and how many we need to get to a certain part of the marketing plan. But that's very well and good, but how are we going to get you those case credits, and what activity you're going to put in every month to achieve it? And it's about putting in the right activity and making your time productive with your business. So first of all, you need to use the product. You need to be your own best customer, because as I already said, you cannot recommend products with passion that you don't believe in. And then every time you place an order, to me it's important that you're growing your own product base, so that every time I order a new product to try. that's giving me more products to recommend and more products to add to my put box when I'm giving it out to my friends and my neighbours or whoever, so that my product range is just growing all the time. So what I will say is, it's your business. Do with what you want with it and have fun with it. So we call it a product launch. So this will be nothing to intimidate you. This will be getting a group of your friends around at your house. And we're going to show them your products. We're going to show them your business. It's just a nice girly day in, or a night in with the blokes for you blokes that are on the call. And we're just going to show them the products and the health benefits for them. Obviously, mini launches there. They're just for the friends that maybe can't come to your product launch for whatever reason they were working or they just couldn't make it. And you're just going to invite them around for a coffee. And as you're talking, you'll have your box of products on the side and you'll just show them and tell them what you've been using and what health benefits you've maybe got from using them. We've got the weight management program, so we all know about the Clean 9 and the Nutrilean program. And for me, we will always be able to retail Clean 9s. Why? Because it's a quick fix. It's a 9-day cleanse that people can stick to 9 days and people want to see the results from 9 days. So for me, that's a definite, something that we can always retail. If you're able to talk about put boxes, this is a personal use product pack. And what is it? It's basically a box of your products all packaged nicely, and we've got little labels on our team to say which one of the products. So for instance, a propolis cream, I am a propolis cream, I am good for this, this and this. Basically, so that way, when you give your box of products out, that they know exactly what is in that box and what they could use it for. And for me, that's brilliant, because you can let, at the minute, mine's going up and down the street and I'm passing it to every neighbour. Why? Because they're all getting to use my products and I'm not asking them to buy anything. I'm literally knocking on saying, sorry, I know this might have disturbed you, but I've just started my own business and I was just hoping you could try my products for me overnight, a couple of nights, 2 nights, and just tell me which one your favourite product is. 9 times out of 10, they will order something because the products are that good and they don't need to have them for more than 2 nights. So your box will be earning you money. For instance, if you're at work, if you've got your product box out, then it's going to be earning you money. It won't earn you any money sat in your house. But that's something that obviously, for your new people on there, that your upline will talk to you about and explain to you how you're going to get that up and running. So you need to develop your custom base. So the best way to do that, to me, is to book in a product launch. So if you're new to the business, to me, get your product launch booked in straight away. You should be looking at booking in at least 4 in your first month, because this is going to develop you regular customers straight away. And all these are going to consist of are your friends and your family initially, and on the back of your product launch, you're going to hope to have another product launch. What I will say is, do not ever underestimate the power of a product launch, because some of the top distributors in Forever have joined this business from going to a product launch as a customer, seeing the potential, thinking, well, I can do what she's doing, loving the products. So every product launch you'll be having, you'll be looking at bringing on somebody new to your team.
We do product launches all the time now, obviously, for our team, just to input something there. And what we've found is, especially with some of my younger team members, so your friends and your family might come along, and some of your friends might still be in school or they might be in college, they might not have much money to spend. Don't let that deter you though. Still get those product launches booked in. One of my team members had a product launch a couple of weeks back, and it was a business launch. It was the first one, so we call that a business launch. And albeit they didn't do masses and masses of sales because they were young, they didn't have much, expendable income. So they didn't buy much, but she sponsored 4 people out of the 8 people that were there. Now that's well worth it, because not only there has she got her bonus on sponsoring those 4 people, so she's got just 160 quid, say just under 160 quid just for sponsoring. But of course then she's got everything that those team members will do from then on. So don't underestimate the power of product launch. They're not just to sell your products. They're about showing the business as well and showing that opportunity. So make sure you keep an open mindset about where you might sponsor, because product launches are fantastic for it. And I only, if I'm honest, look at product launches for helping my team to sponsor, because the products will sell themselves, and we've all got our product launch notes to go by, and obviously we can give our personal experience on using the products, so they will sell themselves. But obviously selling the business and showing people our opportunity is what's going to make you some real money, and it's what's really going to grow your business. So it's very important, so don't underestimate that.
So first, keep going. That's your product launch. It's basically how you're going to invite people. To me, and Emma will agree, it's personally, so make it personal. A text message to me or a phone call is much more personal than creating an event on Facebook, because it is about keeping it personal. And to invite them round, I'd say have your first one at your house or maybe your mum's house, not maybe at a big venue like a pub or whatever else, you know, you could have them at. Have it round at your house, because that way you're hosting it at your house, you're potentially giving them your wine and your nibbles, and that way, to me, they feel a bit obliged to come as well. Because if you have it somewhere where there's, you know, they think a load of people might be going, they might not feel as bad about letting you down. What I'll say is, when you've invited them, follow up. So, you know, the day before, just checking you're still all right for tomorrow, can't wait to see you. And that way you've got the commitment that they're going to be there for you. And what I'll say is, people don't come, you know, invite more, invite 20, because only 10, 5, 6 might turn up. But like Emma's just said, if you sponsor 2, 3, or even one of those people that turn up, to me, it's a successful product launch.
Massively.
So your first text manager, we've obviously said there about getting your 5 key people. So this is your book, fill it in, and obviously, you know, keep referring back to it. Get on there, the 5 key people, the first people that you want to tell about this business, because you should be excited. You're at the start of an amazing opportunity, and it is exciting. So tell them with excitement and tell them straight away, you know, what it is you're doing, and get them on board. Emma had got me on board before she'd even ordered a box. I know she'll tell you herself that she was on the phone to Juliana while she was texting me, and it's that excitement that sells. And I came round straight away and was like, yeah, let's just do it. And it's that momentum that's going to build you a successful business and get you to manage it quickly and build your income.
No one's going to join your team if you're sat there saying to someone, yeah, I've started this business, you know, it seems all right, and yeah, I'm going to give it a go and see how it goes. No one's going to say, oh, well, I'll do that with you as well. No one's going to do that in their right mind, because if Lisa had done that to me, for example, I wouldn't have joined. If Juliana had been like that, I wouldn't have joined. But you need to tell people about it with such enthusiasm and excitement, and I genuinely am that enthusiastic and excited about the company. There's no way in this world that if someone had told me 4 or 5 months ago, you can double your police wage plus 800 quid in 4 months, I'd have thought they were absolutely off their heads. But I'm proof that I've done that now. Sean's a very lucky man who goes on maternity and nearly trebles the police wage before they even go down to half pay. So what I mean is, if you tell people about it with your genuine excitement that you had about it when you started your business, then why would they not want to join? You're not trying to sell anybody anything. You're simply offering them an opportunity to watch a link in some cases, or to sit and have a brew with you while you tell them about what you're doing and the opportunity that you saw and the excitement that you had for it. It's not a daunting thing building a team. But like you said, it's, you know, each to their own. If you are building a team though, Lisa and I, for example, we thought we were a bit cleverer, didn't we, Lisa, than this business cycle. So this is a 35-year-old company. It's not something that's just been created. So they're tried and tested means. So we're lucky. This is someone saying, this is the cycle that you need to use. Thousands and thousands and millions of people have used it before you, and it's worked. So don't waste your time trying things and testing things out. This is a cycle that if you take people around, they will join your business. But you've got to do it with enthusiasm. So if you tell someone about it, but you tell them in a boring way, or really, you know, with low energy, no one's going to join your business. So it doesn't matter how many times you take them around this cycle, and follow it to the T. But if you don't take them around it with the excitement and enthusiasm that you had when you saw the business, then they're not going to join. So who do you take round the business building cycle? Well, who do you know? Everyone, isn't it, Lise? Literally everybody. Everybody you know has to go on your who do you know list. We'll talk about that a bit more in a minute, but it's friends, family, work colleagues. I didn't know the person down at my local shop. I just put local shop guy. I didn't know his name, but I'm definitely going to come across him, and I've already spoken to him and shown him the business. So it's literally every single person that you know, that you come across, that you have any kind of contact with. They're the people that you know that should be on your who do you know list. And all you're going to do is contact them. That might be by call, text, email, face-to-face. There are so many ways of contacting people nowadays with all this social media as well. So we're just going to contact them and we're going to offer them a chance to see a link from the business. That's all we're going to do. And once they say yes, we're going to send them that link, and then we're going to get a commitment from them that they're going to watch that link, and we're going to follow up straight after that. Once they've watched that link, obviously we offer them then the chance to watch the business presentation or to attend a business presentation. If you're lucky to have one nearby you, make the most of that, because they are fantastic. Every time I go to the Hilton, every time I take anybody there, it makes me want to join all over again to get that buzz. So it makes me feel like it's the first one that I've ever attended, and it's the first time that I've ever heard about the business. They are absolutely brilliant. So you want to get your guests there, and as many as you can. And once you've done that, then you're going to take action. So you're going to set them up, sign them up. This is very much the place that members of my team, and your team as well, Lisa, aren't they, just feel a bit apprehensive, should we say. So I get lots of phone calls or texts like, right, Em, they've seen the 40-minute link. What do I do now? This is the easy bit. You've done the hard bit, getting them to commit to 40 minutes of their time watching a business presentation. If they've done that, it's worked on every one of you, they're ready to sign up. So it's a simple phone call. And I'll tell you exactly how that phone call for me goes. I never take a call. I'm always the one to make the call. So I'm in control of that phone call. And I'll just say, hi, yeah, how are you? Yeah, great. So you've watched the 40-minute link. Fantastic. It's amazing, isn't it? What was your favourite bit? So you've started there on a positive. You are showing them and letting them hear your excitement and enthusiasm for it. I'd never say, what do you think? Well, so what did you think then? That's going on a negative straight away, because there it's going to put any emphasis on anything they have any kind of worries or doubts over. They're going to go straight to that. And you want to go to the positive first. You can answer any questions about anything then afterwards, can't you? Because you'll have researched it and you'll have watched the business presentation 100 times, so you can answer any questions. But it's simply then about sign them up. So once they've said, yeah, it's fantastic, this is my favourite bit, or, oh, I wondered about this, or how do you get paid? You answer those questions. And then literally, as excited as you were when you first got on the phone to them, you say, right, so when do we sign you up then? Are we getting cracking now? And that is it. So it doesn't have to be this big, oh, I'm ringing them to get them signed up. It's a simple, what was your favourite bit? What did you find most exciting? And right, are we getting you started then? And inevitably, they'll say yes, of course.
What we'll say is on that before we move on, the quicker you go around the business cycle, the more people you take round. It's not going to be for everybody's business. Remember, you're only showing them an opportunity. But it's about picking up momentum. So take as many people around that business cycle as you can. Don't let it knock you if people say no. They're going to say no. Make sure you always ask for referral. So fantastic, thanks. It's not for you, great. But is it for anybody that you might know? Because half the time, again, they might say, no, sorry, I don't. Yeah. But then what about that one time when they say, well, actually, my friend would love this?
That's happened to me. I've sponsored that way. I've had a referral.
But you wouldn't know. If you didn't ask, you wouldn't know. So make sure you always ask. And like I said, be energetic, be excited, and just keep taking people around that cycle. If you're doing this business part-time, you need to contact 2 to 5 people a day. And if you're doing it full-time, it's 10 people a day. And what I'll say there is I did this very much part-time at the beginning, but I didn't contact 2 to 5 people a day. I contacted at least 10. Why? Because I knew that to build an income, and an income that would be able to, replace my police wage, I had to build a team quickly. So I contacted at least 10 people every day. And I can hand on heart say that I did that every single day.
Tell them how many you contacted a couple of days ago, Liz.
I contacted 115 people in a day. I had a really busy day. Why? Because
she panicked.
Because to me, I know I want to build a team, and to do that, you need to be speaking to people and taking them around the cycle. Do I care that maybe 113 of them said no?
Or ignore you.
Because you get them 2 people, the 2 people that join your team, and that's the exciting bit. So don't dwell on the negatives. Keep pushing for those yeses.
I've had loads of people say no. Do you think I'm bothered? No. People who've joined my team this month are people who said no to me in the first 3 days of joining of me starting my business. do you think I care when they say no? Of course I don't. No one will ever just message you just saying no either. They'll message you, no, it's not for me right now. I've got the kids. So that gives you a perfect starter for a couple of months down the line, or, just keep them warm, keep chatting to them. You never know when might be the right time for them to join your business. I always say, fantastic, Dal, it's no problem. They say, oh, I'm really sorry or whatever. It's no problem. At least you know about it now. So it's always an option in the future. So for me, I'll always keep chatting to those people and keep them warm. And then you never know what might happen to them. Or, what might be going on in their lives that then they might want to join your business the next month. You just don't know. So you can't judge it. So tell everyone. Okay. Now, these are the forms that you can find them on the QLS site. They're also on the Dragons page in the files. This one is sharing the forever opportunity. Now, we all use these for different things, but this basically is to be used for everybody that you show the business to. So, for example, you've got a friend who's, like this example on your screen, is a HR manager, 38 years old with 3 children, ages 2, 5 and 9. Their hot button is that obviously they want extra money and a bit more security, and they don't want to have a mortgage. So you need to write those things down. If you're contacting 10 people a day, you're never going to remember that next time you go to speak to these people. If you're keeping them warm, so maybe once a month you're contacting them just to see how they're doing, just friendly chat. You might want to remember that, I do remember that they did want a bit of extra money and they do want security and they don't want to have a mortgage. So you might need those things, to go back. I also keep this form for every single customer that I have. And just a little tip here, a bit of advice. What I do in the notes at the bottom, I'll put the date. Say, for example, my customer bought a clean 9. I'll put the date in the column. So, for example, today's date, the 14th of April, sold clean 9, and I'll put the price that I sold them at. And the reason for that is that I don't want to try and charge them more next time and get embarrassed when they say, well, actually, you charged me less last time for that bottle of, the bee pollen that you sold me. That's embarrassing. So keep organised with every single one of your customers and keep a track on there. Now, what I would do then is put that sheet of paper then a couple of days later in my diary to say contact them to check that their clean 9 has arrived, for example. And I'll use that as a diary and use these sheets to contact people. You never know as well when you might want to be part of your team, chatting to them, doing their monthly orders. I've had a few people that have been my customers who are now part of my team. So if you keep these forms up to date, you never know when they might come in handy for something more than just keeping track of their orders on. Your who do you know list. So Lisa, if I'm honest, Lisa wrote hers a lot quicker than I wrote mine, didn't you, Lisa? And mine, I missed quite a few people off there. So if I'm honest, I learned from Lisa about the who do you know list and how absolutely vital it is. If you've got pens in your hands, take this tip down about your Facebook friends. I'm sure I've said it to everyone before, but if there's any newbies on, it's a great tip. So on your Facebook, in the top right-hand corner, there's a cog. If you click on that cog and click on settings, at the bottom of that page, underneath all the other things, like I think it says security and something like that, it says download a copy of your Facebook data. Click on that and it says start my archive. Click on that and it will send you an email to the registered email address that your Facebook's at. It'll send you an email with all of your Facebook data, one of those being a list of your friends. So all I did is copied that list, pasted it onto Excel, did it then so it was in A to Z, and that gave me a really good start then to my who do you know list. So if you've got 800 friends on Facebook, you should have at least 800 people on your, well, 1,000 I'd say, because not everyone's on Facebook. So have at least that many people on your who do you know list. Now, when we say it's not a who do you think might be interested list, we really mean that. I've had so many conversations with team members. Oh, my friend would be good, but no, actually, no, she wouldn't be interested. She earns like 90 grand a year and she's, she's a doctor. So what? This business has got doctors in. There are people who are on way over that amount of money. You can earn more than a doctor can earn. So why write them out? My midwife, Julie, on my team, you know, just went for a normal midwife appointment with you, and I ended up telling her about the business just because I was so excited about it. I genuinely wasn't thinking at that point about joining her as part of my team, but I just wanted to tell everybody because I promised myself that I would do. But Julie wasn't on my who do you know list, and she should have been, because at that point I was 30 weeks pregnant, so I'd known Julie for 30 weeks. But there's the proof. If I'd have just been following my who do you know list and not been a blabbermouth, then Julie wouldn't have ended up being on my team. I'd have been gutted if someone else, Lisa, had got to her. She was on Lisa's team. But it just goes to show, you know, your who do you know list is literally every single person that you know needs to be on that list.
I'm just saying, when I first did mine, I genuinely did a who do you think I'd be interested list.
Yeah.
It was a very, very short list. It probably maybe about 3 pages long. What I'll say is the people that you think I'd be interested in this business won't be, and the people that you never thought in a million years will be a little diamond. Yeah. So don't judge anybody, because you don't know what's going on in people's, you know, circumstance in their personal life. So they might drive a nice car, they might have a nice house, they might look like they've got loads of money, but how do you not know that this might be the thing that they're looking for that's just missing in their life? So go back, and from the beginning, it's a who do you know list, and you are going to contact every single person on that list. So they call it your chicken list. You'll inbox the people first, or you'll talk to people first that you want to share it with, and that's absolutely fine. But what I'll say to you is, and I can say it because I, hand on heart, this is exactly what I've done. I've contacted every single person on my list.
Yeah. And you've shown your team, haven't you? You're not just telling them. Lisa has genuinely done that. I can't say that I've got even halfway through my list, if I'm honest. But I'm working it, and I'm doing my people every day. So if I can do it, then everybody else can.
You'll be growing and adding to your who do you know list, though. You'll never come to the end of it, because you're always meeting new people.
That's right.
And you'll always think, oh, such a really God, I've not even thought of them. So your who do you know list will always be being added to.
That's right. Also, for example, my mum's on my team, we all know Michelle. Mental issue. But what my point is about my mum is that I wouldn't even let her buy her box, because I thought, if I'm honest, she was going to be crap. I didn't think she'd stick to it. I didn't want her to, you know, cost my dad 200 quid for her to put the products under the stairs. That is a massive lesson in my business so far, that you just never know. My mum is going to be an assistant manager very, very shortly. And if I hadn't, and she's going to go manager, and imagine if I'd have just let her fall by the wayside. She'd have joined somebody else's team. But my point is that that's me judging my own mother. You know, we all do it, and sometimes we do it subconsciously. So you might be out and about and think, oh, she looks smart, you know, she looks a bit well-to-do. Oh, she won't be interested. Now, I genuinely don't discriminate. I tell absolutely everybody. So when I went to order my Range Rover, my husband was outside picking what he wanted in the car, while I sat and spoke to the 60-odd-year-old receptionist, and I've sent her details about the business. So literally in every opportunity, I take it, and I challenge myself every time I leave the house. I've got to tell at least 2 people about the business opportunity. Why not? Challenge yourself, and then you can I only want to exceed everything that I challenge myself to do. I just want to do better. So when you tell people about the opportunity, you need to get them on your activity tracker, because you're telling so many people that you need to keep track of those people, because it's no good telling them and then leaving them for 5 months. You're not keeping them warm. Somebody else will come along and snap those people up onto their team. So on your activity tracker, it says 20 plus people in your activity tracker at any one time. So the work that you're putting in today, no one's saying it's going to happen immediately. Someone's going to snap your hand off and join your team. But if you're messaging those people a day, 2 to 5 or 5 to 10 a day, or like Lisa does, 115, you're going to get those people joining your business. It might not happen today and it might not happen tomorrow, but believe me, within the next, I would say, 4 to 6 weeks, there will be a cycle. Like I said, my business now has been going 16 weeks, and people I told about the business, or I approached about the business on the second day, have now started joining my business this month. So if you put the work in, it will definitely pay off. the activity tracker, you keep track of who you've shown the business to. I use different colour highlighters as well, so I can see my statistics. So I can work out that if there's 12 people on my activity tracker on one page, I can see a yellow highlighter on mine shows those who have joined my business. If I leave it blank, as in just their name, and I've offered them a link, it means they've ignored me. Not for long though, they always come back around. And if it's blue, they've said no. And remember, it's not a no never, it's just a no not now. So you don't have to say, oh, God, they said no, I can't reply back to their message. Reply back, say, it's great that you've had to look at it. At least you know about it now. It could be an option in the future. Keep it in mind. It doesn't have to be awkward, does it, Lee?
Tip about the people as well that I learned from Juliana this week. The people that have ignored you or haven't got back to you, recontact them. And I think this is brilliant because basically you're acknowledging the fact that you know that they've ignored you. So, hiya, I sent you a message the other week or, last week or 2 months ago. You obviously never received it because you didn't get back to me. The beauty of Facebook is that we know that they did because you can see that they've seen it. So let me know if you've got 5 minutes and I can tell you about this opportunity. It's absolutely incredible. I'll tell you something, I've done that this week and I've done that to 5 people. 3 people have said, yeah, sorry, I did get it. It's not for me, I'm too busy. Okay, thanks. And remember to ask for a referral. It might be for somebody that they know. But 2 people replied and said, oh, sorry, yeah, I remember getting your message. Or even one of them said, no, I didn't receive that message. What is it when you send me the link?
Say liar. It says seen. You saw it at 14:51 on Wednesday.
What I'm trying to say is, why not go back over them and see if they have missed your message. We've all got busy lives. They might have meant to get back to you, never did, and then they genuinely forgot. So try that as a tip. Go back over your who do you know list and recontact them. If they've ignored you, why not?
Juliana did that with me. Juliana sent me the link. I can't believe it now. I kicked myself. But 3.5 years ago. Now, I remember saying something about signing in at 8 o'clock and I'm sure it was on a Sunday. And I remember missing it. But I can't remember then. I know she contacted me again. I can't remember what she said. It wasn't anything that I got annoyed with her over and thought, oh, she's pestering me. I just forgot about it. 3 years later, then I had to contact her because it sprang in my mind that what was it that she's doing and what is it that, that she contacted me about? So who's to say that won't happen to you? You've just sown that seed in whoever it is you've sent that message to. And at some point in the future, albeit 3 years is a flipping long time, but at some point in the future, they might go back then and think, actually, yeah, I'm going to ask her about what that was. I've had a couple of people this month to me saying, go on then, what's that thing you sent me? Well, watch it. I can tell you a bit more about it. So people do come back to you. So now we're going to wrap things up shortly. So what's next? So you need to do your 7-day plan. At the back of your First Steps to Manager book, you've got your 7-day plan there. Now, you need to be laser focused. So every day I wake up and I know exactly what activity I'm doing that day to grow my business. So firstly, the 5 people that were your 5 key people, they can go on your prospecting list here. Who are you going to speak to about the business this week? So we know we're going to contact either between 2 to 5 or 5 to 10 people a day. So you need to be writing those people down and ticking them off as you do them. Like Lisa said, she did 115 people. It can be done. It just depends how much you want it. And remember, don't be embarrassed. You're not selling anyone anything. You're just giving them an opportunity to watch a link and to see the opportunity that you did. Any other activity on there? So obviously on this slide, it says about business cards. Order those, do your contact list, research local events. It could be any of your product launches, who you're taking your pup box to. Get that written down so you know exactly what it is that you need to do. And then your training. So obviously we have our Monday night one and we have our Sunday night recognitions call as well. You've got your BP to go to in Newport, that's on a Thursday. Put it on there, your success days. Those are the things that are going to build your business and make you more successful.
For me, what I'll say is if it's your first week in the business, as I said before, and your box has only just come today or even your Friday, whatever, make sure you've got your product launch booked in straight away. This isn't anything you need to worry about. Your person that's brought you onto the business is going to help you do that. But get it booked in because straight away it's going to get your business up and running and build the momentum that you need.
Your product sheet then. at the back of your books, you'll have a product sheet, and that's got every product in there that's in your that comes in your product pack. So what you can do, have a read of them. Whoever springs to mind, oh yeah, Forever Freedom, oh yeah, my nan suffers with joints. Put your nan on there. Put your friends on there, whoever you might think might like the shampoo and conditioner or the moisturising lotion. Those are examples there. And you need to know which ones that you're going to really like and start using them straight away. And you can retail them then with passion, can't you? So that it's believable. So that people know that you're not just trying to sell them anything, you genuinely are just recommending the products. You can buy a First Steps to Manage a book when you're on your foreverliving.com. In the shop now, you can buy a pack of 5 for £4. That's the code number. But they're also available to download it from the QLS online, also on the Dragons page as well. The same as your activity tracker sheets. I always send them to my team, but you can find them on the Dragons page. Your Who Do You Know list, your Sharing the Opportunity profiles, and your 7-day plan. So make sure you get those done. So your homework for this week then is to definitely get that 7-day plan done. There's no reason why you can't do that. So everybody straight away after the call now, get your 7-day plan done so you know what you're going to do this week to build your business. So it's important that you understand the First Steps to Manager. Read through the book, read over it 10 times, because if you're doing things now and you're doing your business with laser focus, you're going to be a supervisor in no time if you're not already. So you're going to have to be building your team and taking your team through the First Steps to Manager. So make sure you know it inside out. Go over it in your own time, practice it so you can deliver it with the excitement and the enthusiasm that your new team need to get them started off with the same momentum that you have. Activity tracking, get that done. Like I said, you need to keep track of that because you need to work out your own statistics. I can work out then if I want to add 3 to 5 people to my business a month, if I say, right, 1 in 10 people normally join, I know that I have to contact 50 people to get those 5 people to join my team. So I can work it out then. Get your pipeline full, 20 plus people at any one time, remember. New customers, get contacting those, get your pup box out. Do everything that you can and that we've taught you to build your businesses, because I'm not telling you to do anything that I haven't done myself. And look what's happened to my business in 4 months. It's incredible. But all I've done is what Juliana told me to do, and all I'm telling you to do. So I don't expect you to do anything else other than what I'm already doing. And your points recording sheet, those are also on the QLS Power Dragons page. And that basically, I think, you can keep track of it yourself. If you think, oh, I've had a rubbish week, look at your activity sheet, look at your points recording sheet. You can see why you haven't had as good week as maybe the week before. And it will be because you won't have done as much activity. So get those things done. Now, just a few things to end on. We are massive on positive thinking, and we do believe that everyone says, oh, what's the secret? Why, you made manager in 7 weeks, Lisa made it in 9 or 10 weeks. What is it? What's the secret? And we genuinely think, don't we, Lisa, the secret is definitely in the mindset, because if you believe it's already done, you're more than halfway there. So we say, don't react, act, be proactive, go out there and get things, do things ahead of schedule, make everything that you do, get everything that you do done with a sense of urgency. So I genuinely always feel like I've got butterflies in my tummy because I'm thinking I'm building my team, I'm really excited about doing it. I don't book one-to-ones in for 2 weeks' time. There's always a spare hour that they've got out of the day, or half an hour, or they can have a telephone call at night. There's always spare time to do it. So get it done now. Don't let them wait after watching the business presentation. Don't let them wait a couple of days before you ring them. Get on the phone there and then and really build on that excitement and seize every opportunity. You only end up regretting it later. Lisa, have I not got a picture? I'll put it on the Dragons. When we came back from our Managers Academy, before Lisa had a panic about not sponsoring enough this month, even though she's already done a 5 now. But before she had a panic and contacted 115 people, we were coming back from the Managers Academy at the head office, and I've got a picture of Lisa at Costa Coffee, breastfeeding a baby at the time, trying to sponsor the woman that works behind the counter in Costa. Now that to me is seizing every single opportunity that might come your way. But that's what it's about, and that's why Lisa's got a massively successful team. And all her team see her doing that. Well, I had to watch it live. But what I mean is she is showing her team what to do and not just telling you all. She's doing it herself. And it's working for her team. It will work for you. And believe that you're in charge of your own destiny. So no one can take your dreams away from you. I know exactly where I'm heading. Nobody can tell me that I'm not going to get there. I am getting there, and I'm going to get there super quick as well, because everything I do with a massive sense of urgency, and I'm so excited about where my business is going and what my life is going to be like. I'm creating that, and every day I'm putting in the work that's going to create that just that little bit quicker than what I have in my diary. So thank you ever so much for listening. We've really enjoyed doing it today. This was well out of our comfort zone, isn't it, Lee? So it's our first time doing it. And if we can go out of our comfort zone, then each one of you can go out to yours as well. So there's no reason why this time, next rolling programme, this isn't going to be you as managers or senior managers. Whatever it is that you want to achieve, you can do it. So we'll leave you on that note. Thank you ever so much. Thank you, everybody. We'll speak to you all soon, and I'll upload Lisa's photo.